Yeah, taste taste next to grinding. It's got this grinder and it's grinding something. I knew. I have two Kentucky bourbon whiskeys. This is Evan Williams. I never could figure out when the 1783 was introduced because you notice the 1783 is not trademarked, just Evan Williams, which came out in 1955. But I was looking on the internet and they had old bottles from the 1960s, Evan Williams 1783, and it was 90 proof, aged 10 years. The old bottle said 90 proof, aged 10 years. But then at some point it dropped to 86 proof, no age statement. Still very popular. And then in 2021, during this pandemic, they jumped it up to 90 proof, and they say it's aged about 6 years. I know it says it on the website, uh, the news release in 2021. This is the American Hero Edition. They come out with this every year, sometimes with other Evan Williams products, but lately they've been doing it with Evan Williams 1783. As you can see, this is the 2023 annual release, and I got this for $9 at Walmart. I don't know why they had it on closeout for $9 because I was just at Walmart today and they had the current, well, the 2024 version. Usually doesn't come out till July, June or July. They had it for the regular price. So, hey, I took advantage, $9. What the heck? And thank you, Sean, for taking care of me on that. I mean, I paid him for it, but he's the one that found out about it. All right. So, one of the really good products from Evan Williams, maybe their best product, probably better than the Bottle and Bond. The Bottle and Bond is their legendary one. There is Bird Dog, Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey, Select Stock. Bird Dog, the whole Bird Dog line was introduced in 2010. Hadn't been on the market for 15 years, but they're owned by Western Spirits. But this is bottled by Three Springs Distillery for Western Spirits. Yeah, I said bottled by. So who actually distills it and ages it? We don't know. Could be Heaven Hill. Could be Barton 1792. Could be Buffalo Trace. We don't know. It just says Kentucky whiskey, and it doesn't even claim to be straight bourbon whiskey. It's just Kentucky bourbon whiskey, not even straight. Why? I don't know, because it's aged at least 4 years. And this bottle's known as the Irish Setter bottle. As you can see why. Walmart had this on closeout for $10. So for $10, I bought it. So both of these I got at Walmart, and they were on a really low price. $10 for the Bird Dog. You can still get Bird Dog around here all day long, but it's the flavored ones. Could be watermelon, might be peaches and cream. You know what I think, pecan, blackberry, green apple, and all of that stuff, which is very popular. I can't disparage it because it's very popular. And this for $9. So these are not the normal prices. You're not going to find these for $10 and $9. I don't think you will. You might surprise me. I don't know why Louisiana gets these crazy prices. We do. I don't take, I'm not going to try to overthink it, We get it, so I take advantage of it. Wooden cap, real cork. I'm glad I only paid $10 because it's really not that great. Not bad in any way. It scores at least a B, like 8.3 out of 10. But it's so kind of ordinary. Now, the 1783 has some special qualities to it. This is the American Heroes Edition. Each year they put different veterans, current and retired veterans, on the label. You can read about it when you get a chance. This is from the Bernheim Distillery in Kentucky, and it's from Warehouses one E and one J. So warehouses one E and one J. Does that make it much different from the regular black and gold label Evan Williams 1783? Um, didn't seem to be different, but I know it's like a marketing thing. Nice embossment, and this off's a little dusty. I don't know how it got dusty. I had the Larceny, but it's all gone now. Larceny is another Heaven Hill brand. I got a lot of Heaven Hill stuff, but it's unopened. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to it. Okay, now you can see that the Evan Williams 1783 is much darker. That's copper. I can't imagine what is he grinding over there. It's just been going on and on for a long time. Here's gold, gold, amber gold, and copper. So I'm gonna have to close my eyes because if I glance down and I see the darker, I'm gonna know it's just the Evan Williams. So this is gonna close out bourbon. And then we're going to American blended whiskey. We'll do a right U-turn and come back to bourbon. I have to figure out which bourbon I'm going to bring in next. Maybe it'll be the Gooder Handman Works. Strange sounding name, huh? But it was a real distillery in Canada. It was like one of those Canadian slash American companies. It kind of was two different locations, sort of like Sazerac. They have Sazerac Canada and Sazerac USA. And Seagram's American, Seagram's Canadian. But it's more or less just a relic today. But somebody did buy the trademark for Gooder Handman Works, G&W, as they call it, G&W. And I found a bottle in New Orleans, and we'll get to that. I might, yeah, it's about to bring it in. A little bit of charred oak, a little bit of corn, like popcorn, unsalted, not too much else. And you know that popcorn, like that, when the kernels burn a little bit, that's from that charred oak. That's giving that sensation, that aromatic sensation. Just like sweet corn, not a lot happening here. So I'm thinking you could probably see which one. In my thinking, this is the Bird Dog. This is the Evan Williams. Now, at 90 proof versus 80 proof, it should be obvious, right? 40% alcohol versus 45, 5% difference. But these can be tricky, and you don't want to you don't want to be overconfident. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, taste time. Cheers. Little char, slight bit of rye mintiness, a lot of sweet corn, vanilla. Yeah, same old stuff. Just basic bourbon, BB, double B, basic bourbon. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of ordinary, but not bad. Not don't want to. I don't want you to interpret that I'm saying it's bad. It just doesn't stand out. I bought that Tom Sims from Heaven Hill down on the Mexican border in Texas. 4-year age version, not the 8-year. I liked it. 7.99. It was a fair price on discount. Wasn't anything special though. Hmm. This seems they have more body, more flash, more strength. Ooh, 90. Seems to caramel corn. You know, like corn, but they got the caramel drizzled on it, which is burnt sugar. A lot of sweetness. Both of these are sugary sweet, so they'll finish dry, which I don't know how that works. Like it'll taste sweet, but it'll finish mostly dry. So yeah, that's how they come across. Uh, which one would I buy? Well, I think they run about the same price on regular retail. Depending on the store, it might flip flop. Like you might go to one store and this one's cheaper, and the next store the other one's cheaper. On the discount prices I paid, I told you already, I paid $10 for the bird dog, 9 for the Evan Williams. Even 10, even 9, even, of course, plus tax. So I think Evan Williams is a clear winner because in my case, it was cheaper by a dollar, and it has arguably better flavor. But that's tougher than you see now in my open-eyed assessment. When I'm looking at the bottles, I'm thinking Evan Williams is so obviously better than 1783. But now in a blind taste test, I'm thinking, is it really better? Is it obviously better? Or is it marginally better? And I think that's what it's coming down to. It's arguably better, but not necessarily. But since I saved a dollar, then it's better. That's how close these are. Some of these are so close. They're so close to drive you halfway crazy trying to figure it out. But but I do think this is the bird dog by virtue of its just ultra mildness, and it seems like it's a little lighter proof, lower proof 80 versus 90. So I'm gonna say this is the bird dog. Yes, that's it. To me, it was a bit of a close call, but I did get it right. So that puts me finishing up. That was 14 taste challenges. 14, 10 correct, 4 wrong. 5-2 ratio. Super 5 divided by 7. 71%. I can live with that for sure because I was predicting 50-50. When I started this challenge series, I thought 50-50, I'll be happy. If I get it right half the time, I'll be happy. And I finished 70%. So who's complaining? I'm not. Okay, comments. Tab says some Canadian officials were saying Canada liquor is better than American liquor. Yeah, don't agree with that. I think they're both good. I like Canadian whiskey, but to say it's better than bourbon, yeah. I mean, I know they're angry about these Jedi mind tricks that are being played on them, but it's Jedi Master who's in the White House. But they kind of realize that it's all being done to bring things into line. You're gonna control the border. You're gonna keep dope coming and other dangerous drugs from coming in. You know? Or we could play the rough, or we could play soft. You know, it's up to you. You know how you want to do it. And that'll die over because they already made an agreement to extend this delay to bring in the tariffs for 30 days. And of course, more than likely, they're going to end it. But you know what the Jedi Master is saying? You can become part of our empire, which is not going to happen. It would be easier for the United States to join the British Commonwealth than for Canada to join the United States. Because Canada to join the United States, I was telling my friend this on the phone last night. I said they would have to have all 10 provinces agree. When do you ever get unit? How can you get 10 states to agree to something? They don't ever do that. Just to get an amendment here is 75%. That's almost impossible. And then both houses of parliament, the House and the Senate, would have to agree. You said, well, that ain't going to happen. I know. But for the United States to join the British Commonwealth, all they would have to do is agree to recognize King Charles III as the head of the Commonwealth, not the head of the United States, but the head of the Commonwealth of which the United States would be a member. You say that's not going to happen. Well, with this guy in the White House, who knows what will happen? You know, when you got somebody thinking out the box, like they're thinking like the person's thinking in a different way. It's not a conventional thinking. So when you're thinking unconventionally, you could have unconventional results. But that would probably cause so many Americans to go berserk. But it could lead to a huge trade agreement, a trade block between the United States and Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, India, Pakistan. You know what I mean? Like it could be this huge empire, and they're already making alliances. They've already been working on this, even with they were working on this alliance, financial, trade, military alliance between Australia, New Zealand, United States, Great Britain. So I would say don't discount anything. It would be a huge liberal state, laughing out loud. Yeah, would it be 10 states? Would it be 10 new states? But they might be having a paradigm shift coming up anyway. Their elections are coming up. And they're in a position now where they might flip the script. You know what I'm saying? It could be like December 1991 in the Soviet Union where they flipped the script. So don't get too far ahead of yourself. Do they have embedded stuff in there that they do? But those people are losing traction. People are tired of them. They're like, "You're not helping me out. I'm paying $100 for a piece of meat. You promised me all this pie in the sky, and you don't deliver. And then you tell me how bad I am." So it could be like a soft revolution, is what I'm saying, in the Dominion of Canada, like we had here in November 2024. So back to this. Yeah, but that's good comments. Really good comments. But Evan Williams, one of the old companies, but actually Williams is just a brand, not a real distillery. It says 1783. Yeah, well, yeah, you can trace back some guy named Evan Williams distilling in 1783. How is it related to Heaven Hill today? It's related because he co-opted his name and his heritage and put it on a bottle in 1955. That's how it's related. It's just a reality. I don't have a problem with that, but Heaven Hill was started in 1933. It was not started in 1783. Whereas Buffalo Trace is literally the oldest distillery, continuous distillery. It does go back to the 1700s, Buffalo Trace. Now, under about 12 different names, I think it's so many different names, but and different owners, but it was a continuous distillery. The current name is Buffalo Trace since 1992. Before that, it was called Shenley Industries Distillery. Shenley Industries Distillery. Maybe it was a good idea to change the name, right? But it's owned by William Goldring. So they could have called it Goldring Distilleries. But you knew that probably wasn't a good idea. So they changed it. They just made up a name, literally made up the name Buffalo Trace. And then they talk about how Buffalo may have roamed, probably roamed through Kentucky, but very limited. And it wasn't like Colorado and Kansas, but they even had buffalo or bison in Louisiana, around northwest Louisiana, back in the old days, something like 250 years ago. Anyway, anyhow, the winner The winner is Evan Williams, 1783. This special American Heroes edition, winning not by a runaway. Oh, no, 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 by the skin of its teeth. Patrick Mahomes was their quarterback, and the defender barely brushed his shoulder, and they got a 15-yard penalty, and then they got the first down, and then kicked the field goal and won the game. All right, so that's how that happened. Now, y'all take care, and I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. All right, bye bye, everybody. A win's a win. Yeah, well, hopefully it's an honest win, though, right? Not one of those bad wins, where things are not on the up and up. But this was on the up and up. I did it fairly. All right, now it's on to, for better or worse, maybe worse, but whatever. On to American blended whiskey. Oh man.